Hey y'all, let's do a reading, shall we? I'm like a kid at Christmas. I got a new toy and I want to play with it, namely the Sacred Rose Tarot. So I have shuffled and shuffled and shuffled my little heart out, and we've also shuffled for a pick a card. So this topic today that we're going to pull on is the 1212 portal. Now, you're going to see a lot of stuff on YouTube and on Instagram and online, and people are going to be talking about the 1212 portal. But I think the significant feature of the 1212 portal in my mind is the dichotomy, right? So the dichotomy is, it's like a yin and a yang. There is a potential for things to be amazing, and there's a potential for things to be kind of off-putting. So I want to pull a pick a card on that situation and see where you fall in the spectrum. And it is a spectrum. So on the extreme cases, there are going to be some folks in the 1212 that have a really bad time, and there are going to be some folks in the 1212 that have a really great time. Your perspective is everything on that, everything, but there's less or more degree of that situation happening. So let's do that. I've already shuffled. I have two cards at the top of this deck that we're going to use for a pick a card. If you've never participated, and I do mean participated in a pick a card reading from me, I am going to tell you two types of vehicles, automobiles, and you're going to choose within half a second which one of those automobiles resonates with you. So, like the caveat is that you might not recognize either of those. So you just go with what sounds right, okay? You might not get an image popping into your head because you might not recognize the vehicle that I am referring to. That is okay. That is totally okay. Your energy will recognize the right energy, okay? All right. So I have already shuffled, and I do have those two cards at the top. The vehicles that we're going to stay real simple and in the same family, and I want to appeal to a large audience. So we're just going to do brand, okay? We're just going to do 100% make. That's it. So you've got to choose right after I say this. You guys ready? All right. So we're going to do Chevy and we're going to do Subaru. Which are you? Are you Chevy or Subaru? You should have picked by now. Chevy is going to be heads and Subaru is going to be tails in my Australian dollar. Okay, we are tails. So as I lay these cards out, this is going to be Chevy. This is going to be Subaru. All right. Well, let's go with Subaru folks first, since you all were first. Okay, y'all ready? What is this 1212 portal going to be all about for you? The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. Well, it is interesting because the universe is throwing a little bit of it back. She's saying, wait, what? I'm not going to tell you. Okay, let's clarify a little bit. Because still I'm getting the potential for good or bad, one way or the other. And if you're not meant to know, you're not meant to know, right? Oh, Subaru people, that's you. Okay. We have the Eight of Wands. I'm telling you. All right. The Fool, the Two of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. Wow. I want you to take a gander at this card. Isn't that amazing? So, yes, it's a lot to do with your perspective of things. Subaru people. Wow, you have a lot coming at you. I think there's going to be a tendency to get kind of stressed out about it. And the advice from the universe is definitely play the knave, play the innocent, play the, like, keep this in your back pocket of you're the fool starting on a new journey. Okay, you're not supposed to know everything. You can say you don't know. You can, because there's a lot coming at you, and you might get a little stressed about it. Whether you either have to make decisions in that energy, or whether there's, again, that dichotomy of could this go good, could this go bad. Yeah, there's definitely that. I'm drawn to, I think you can see it, maybe a little whale there, something. That's what I see. So there's definitely this perspective that you need to keep in mind of the Fool, of learning, of a new journey. And as you go through this, because the more that I ruminate on it, the sort of more I get the feeling that you will be tried a little bit and tested, and not tested by the universe, because that's a bunch of baloney, but maybe tested by your own perception, maybe tested by your own thoughts and considerations and dreams, and maybe what you dreamed of before the 12/12 portal is going to be vastly different from what you come out of it wanting. And so your ideals are going to shift, and you have to be flexible in your goal setting and in how you approach the rest of the year and then the rest of the decade, considering that, because you have put a lot of work into one direction, into one way of, into one goal, one set of ideals and ambition, and now things look a little different. And you don't be afraid of that. Absolutely do not be afraid of that. You can change your path and your goals anytime, midstream. It's okay. It's actually better. If you wake up and you are 5 years more toward the goal that you have set now, what's that going to mean for your lost purpose and soul's journey that you realized this month? Yeah. So as things change, as you get this different picture and perspective of what maybe you actually want out of life, of your purpose or your ambition or your ideals and your true desires and wants, you can absolutely start over. So it's a little bit of good, a little bit of bad, because so again, the dichotomy, you're going to be pressured. But I think it's going to make you realize and clarify these goals. And so then you have to step outside of what you intended and do something completely different. So there's levels to it, and it's going to be work, but in the end, it's going to be worth it. And the alternative is you stay and dig deeper into what you thought you wanted to do last year, let's say, and then you're miserable because of it. So, yeah, so that's what's up with the 12/12 portal for my Subarus. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. And I don't, this is kind of amazing if you think about it, because how often are we granted the opportunity to change our minds and then become, be on that journey? This is that opportunity. That doesn't happen all the time. Like the energy for that is not in constant existence. Yes, you can change your life midstream. You can change your mind anytime you want. Of course you can. But right now the energy is very encouraging, and you can adopt a different narrative for yourself. Okay, that's what I'm saying. All right, Chevy. I have a feeling there's more Subaru folks than there are Chevy folks. Please like this if you are a Subaru folk. Okay. did shuffle forever, I swear to God. The chances of that coming up. Okay. Well, there's a little bit of flip-floppiness, just like the tail before the head. I think you're almost to the part where you can start over again. It gives you a little bit of clarity. I'm getting fed up. You're fed up with this. All right, let's clarify. Sometimes being fed up is what redirects us towards what we need to be doing. Sometimes being fed up is necessary. Fed up with your own life, fed up with the way that people treat you, fed up with staying sort of fed up with the culture, fed up with the society and sort of the way that you've shaped your life to fit into it. Yeah. Well, let's shuffle and clarify that. I just need some clarifiers. That's an interesting card too, and I'm glad for some reason the glare's not quite on it, but Okay, so the bottom card is the Star. Gorgeous card, right? I love this deck. I love this deck. Yeah, we've got the Seven of Swords. Seriously, y'all, if this is your first tarot reading, welcome. And I would like to invite you to understand the complexity and the power and the depth of this. You're freaking fed up. To me, it feels like, it does feel familial. It feels like a family relation. But that's just my feeling. It's almost like you've got to, this is for Chevy people, you're fed up with this dependency a little bit. And definitely, of course, the deceit. I feel like you're having to care, and that's why I get family, especially for y'all Chevy people, is I'm getting like an ancestral set of secrets, like something that's carried on, maybe your parents, maybe their parents, like a couple generations back. I'm getting, there's many big lies. I want to just be absolutely forthright. There's some big lies. And I feel like that has been carried through ancestrally, carried through your DNA. And I think you're sick of it. You might not even know everything, but you feel it in your bones. And I feel like you lately may have even been exhibiting that type of deceit, or you might have been overcompensating. There's a lot of sort of smoke and mirrors happening. And it has, and that's why I get the family piece, because it feels ancestral. It feels like it's locked in down a family chain. And I really feel like it's a chain. And that's why the devil comes up. That connection, that contract, that blood, that chain of hierarchy, that chain of generations. Yeah, it's reeking of family. and you've had enough. You've had enough. And it really is time to take action and cut through this. Wow. That's really super powerful. Sometimes, again, it does take that moment where you are fed up before you do anything. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to give you any advice on it. When you're talking about family, that's a whole other thing. I say, if anything, you talk to a professional therapist to get your feelings out, to maybe discuss this, to see patterns, to see maybe how your coping mechanisms have adapted, how you are exhibiting maybe the same traits that have come down through your family. And there's other than that, there's really no other advice I can give you, because it really is such a personal choice, whether you choose to create boundaries with people, whether you choose to tell the truth of what's going on here. Like this is like, you know what I'm getting here? I'm getting like, family drama that, potentially some of you Chevy people could write like a best-selling book about, like an expose on a potentially really famous family that you could just write a best-selling book about. And like, that is there for some of you at least. I'm not telling you to do it or not do it. Your choice to break that chain and how you do it and why, it's all individual. It's all up to you. That I'm not going to say anything else about it, but it's very powerful. This is hugely powerful. This is all about working and taking your power back. This is about that energy being for you, to make a choice in. And again, just like the energy is right here and easier to make that transition in life and make those choices, definitely it's you've had enough. I get it. Okay. Well, absolutely fantastic. I love this new deck. I feel like we've broken it in. I apologize for the little chihuahua barks, but it's going to happen. Yeah, thanks y'all for joining me again. If you have a Subaru and you watch this, please like and comment and follow, subscribe. Okay, bye guys.